Hello, this is Peter Stewart. Welcome to today's episode of Get a Better Broadcast Podcast and Voice Over Voice. We're talking about microphones and using them to record your voice in a studio, either professional or home. And in a network or voiceover studio, obviously you've got a sound engineer to help you adjust your volume settings so the volume of your voice is balanced with a similar level of those of other sources, be they of other guests or music. When I say a similar level, I don't necessarily mean exactly the same level, but so there is an accepting kind of sound which is going to be everything heard in the mix to an optimum level. So obviously, as we've spoken about before, I would say about 6 or 8 months ago, you don't want to be battling against music because then you're going to be putting a strain on your voice. So if the music is being recorded at the same time as your voice is being recorded, you want everything to be working in harmony so there is an acceptable mix. Now obviously in a smaller studio for podcasting, your home studio and so on, you may of course be having to create that mix yourself. But a consistent level of noise loudness is necessary so the listener isn't forced to keep increasing the volume themselves. You know, if you do it and you've got 100 listeners, then that saves 100 people having to do it themselves. Yeah, it's called normalization. Imagine how annoying it would be if a radio station had the presenter at one sound level and then a piece of music at another sound level, or if one podcast was at a different level to the next one in the playlist, and so on. Now, sometimes that can happen between podcast or show and show. Yeah, 2 different shows, 2 different podcasts, 2 different presenters may record things at slightly the different level, but certainly all of yours should be recorded at the same level. That's why there's a recommended standard volume setting, not only for each program, but also for the whole broadcast industry. And by default, podcast, video channels, and other services such as Spotify and so on. Everyone works, hopefully, to the same recording level standard. What is that standard? What do you need to know so you fit in with the broadcasting norms? I'll tell you that tomorrow. In a show entitled Love Your Luffs, as Get a Better Broadcast Podcast and Voice Over Voice continues. From London, I'm Peter Stewart.